In today's video, you will hear the mysterious story of a man who had the experience of seeing a ghost while working in a coal mine. Before starting the story, please like the video, and if you are new to our channel and like such mysterious and scary stories, then subscribe to the channel. So let's start the story. This story originates from my father, who has spent many years as a coal miner. He started in the mines in 1977, right out of high school, so he worked in some pretty old mines that were still operating in our state of Utah that was once considered the coal capital of the world in the 40s up. Our hometown of Price, next to Helper, has a lot of history, from coal mining to even family growing up with Butch Cassidy. But to get to the story, of course, it all started out with my father, who was working in a coal mine that was being shut down to open up another. The history of the mine goes back to the early 1900s. To add to the chill factor of the story, in the 1920s, the same mine exploded under methane and killed upward of 20 men. This is where the story begins. My father actually wasn't working this particular day, but had planned to take his friend to the job to pick something up. But since it was a mine, and what he had to pick up was deep down in the abandoned workshop, my father patiently awaited about a half hour for his friend to come back out. He was getting impatient by the time and decided to go in and see what was up. Walking in a mine, it is so dark you can put your hand on your face and you can't even see it. As my dad proceeded through the mine, he saw one of his co-workers that he knew in the distance, from his helmet, light shining. My dad described the man he worked with, very tall, very burly. He walked up to him, kind of curious why he was there, because it was shut down during that day in that part of the mine. As my dad walked up to him, he noticed he was quite taller, somewhat 7 feet tall with a big chest, not burly. Right, there he knew it wasn't him, but to see who it even is. Considering the darkness, you need to get right up and shine your helmet light on them. When my father got to the man, my dad said he stood a foot shorter than this man. My dad is 6'4". He said, "What are you doing, Ed?" Who he thought it was, he didn't mutter a word. My dad got right up to him and saw what he was wearing, very old bibs, and the helmet was an outdated helmet that is obviously very old. He couldn't see his eyes, but he stood right up to this man, knowing he wasn't even there. Looking at this man who was dressed like a century long gone and a sense of where he was. The best part is when my dad left back out to the car and waited for his friend. When his friend got back, he asked him, "Who is that one guy that is in shaft 3 or whatever?" He replied, "Oh, you met John. I run into him all the time." He didn't have to explain much due to the history and the obvious situation my dad was in. Everyone who worked there has seen him. Sometimes he walks around minding his own business, like he was still working there. My dad is not a liar, nor exaggerator. This is a true story. Many grown men working in that coal mine have met this ghost hundreds of times. Some men even quit over the wandering spirit. It wasn't my dad's last time running into him. Friends, if you like our stories, please like our videos and share your opinion in the comments box. And if you have any paranormal experiences, then mail us on our email, juliedesouza142@gmail.com. We will definitely make a video on your story and add your name if you want. Thanks for watching.